Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M12. It's the Tier 7 American SVG, and this one is located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and is under the command of tiltratt of Philo. Or I should say Philox, actually. I think it was Philox when he actually filed the replay, but it may be Philo now. Well, what can I tell you about the M12? Well, it's based on the chassis of the M3 Lee, as you can see from the front, and it's got a 155mm howitzer, and they built 100 of them. 74 of them actually saw service in Northwest Europe during the Second World War. What else can I tell you? Well, it was actually used mostly for indirect fire, but occasionally it would be used for direct fire support. So it would actually be taking out gun emplacements and bunkers. And they used to be so effective, they used to call it the door knocker. Because when they fired it at an enemy tank or an enemy gun emplacement, it would literally shatter the emplacement. It would destroy the concrete and there would be nothing left. Now, no, I don't think you can go up there. No, Wargaming desperately tried to stop people from climbing up there. No, you're not going to get up. Oh, no, this is not going to work. No, nice try, but no, you can't get up there. Wargaming wanted to make absolutely certain that nobody could climb up there on that level. So, all that's happening is you're facing the wrong way, tiltratt. When he sent the message, won't work, thanks anyway. Okay. It was a nice try, but no, unfortunately, Wargaming were very much aware that people were climbing up on top of that level and making it very difficult for people to shoot at them because they were hiding in places you wouldn't expect them to be. Well, we've got an ST1 there, and that is a Tier 9 Soviet heavy, and he's got a nice hit there on the rear, 255 hit points, and about, I think it was about a 12-second stun. He's at the maximum extent of his field of fire, so he might get reticule bloom if he moves slightly to the left. He might want to center his field. If that ST1 moves forward, he's following it at the center at the moment. Watch where it's going to go. Rounds out. That should be at the front of him. It landed on the ground near him and stunned him, but it didn't do any other damage. Oh, that round hit. 139 hit points there to one of the other Artys. We've got two Artys other than tiltratt. One's in an FD3805, the other one is in a Lorraine 15550. Well, the FD3805 is the Tier 9 Arty, the 15550 is another Tier 7. Firing at the Scorpion. Direct hit, 632 hit points. He's taken out the game straight away afterwards. That was good target selection because the Scorpion is a very lightly skinned tank destroyer. So any shell, any 155mm shell is going to completely overmatch his armor and wipe him out with one shot. Well, he didn't take one shot, but he did take a huge amount of hit points, and he's picked up the stun assist as well. Round out on the ST1. Another direct hit. 265 hit points this time, and another stun. Now hopefully one of the other Artys will get a shot in and they'll do some more damage. No, I think they're busily engaged elsewhere. Oh, well, that was a round. It was nearby, but it didn't get it. So he's firing another round in, and he's got another hit. 261 this time. 1.4k of damage so far. He's doing very well. Okay, there's some tanks near the centre line. I'm not sure if he's looking at the mini-map at the moment, but there's an object 430 up there. I think he's focusing on tunnel vision on this ST1. Rounds out. And another direct hit. Well, it's working. 333 hit points on that one. So that ST1 is now down to only 34% of his health, and that's mostly down to tiltratt. In fact, it's all down to tiltratt bar 41 hit points. He's reloading. He's got a, is it 23.9 second reload on this Arty? But he's actually firing fairly accurate. That was the first shot that actually went wrong. Hit the windmill rather than the SG-1. He did fire that round which stunned the ST-1, but he did pick up some hit points directly after that, so I suspect actually that was worthwhile. But we've got some enemy tanks who actually made it to the town. It's an Oneida, but he's around the corner and he's just been wiped out. Now there's the tank that was actually in the centre line, the A44, and he's adjusting his aim. Round out. Oh, it was just a little too far ahead, but he did stun him, and he's picked up some stun assist. Right, he's now aiming at the object 430. Threat there. Round out. Should be a good shot. It is! 232 hit points. 232. I thought that was going to be a good shot because he was poking his nose up at just the right place, and tiltratt had a really good aim on him. The more you play the M12, the better it actually becomes. It's like most artists, the more practice you get, the better the crew is. Now, I'm sure that would have stunned the ST1. Right, we've got a Löwe. That's a Tier 8 German premium heavy. And he's just going past that war memorial at the moment. He's tracked. Oh, he's going to get his tracks fixed before we fire. He's still there. Yes, he's fixed his tracks. Work out where he's going to go to, Rat. Okay, now he's fairly stationary. Well, that's a good shot. It was a splash next to him, 171, and he picks up the stun assist immediately afterwards. So it's now 7-2. So they're 5 tanks ahead. They're doing really well. And the Object 430 has been spotted near the centre line again. That's a Tier 9 Russian medium. Round out. Oh, beautiful shot. 187 hit points. Really difficult shot. He was side on, but it was very narrow. And he got it right into the side of that object, and he's now down to just 4% of his health. So he's a one-shot for anybody who can actually put a round into him. The Patriot's going for it. Oh, can we splash him? No, he's running away. It's a difficult shot. Oh, that came about because of the building, and well, that stunned him. It was nearby, but unfortunately we lost the Wizzy 111 there. So we're still 4 tanks ahead, though. There's the Object 430 again. Now, we're not loaded yet, but oh, he's taken out by the A44 on our team. And the enemy A44 has been seen in the bushes at the back, and he's actually turned the wrong way round. And our round goes in, but unfortunately, he's just been killed before our round arrives. Now, the ST1 is the last one we know about on the west side of the battlefield. There are still a lot of tanks that haven't been seen. 5 tanks haven't been seen yet that we know what they are. The heavy is a T-34. The tank destroyers are a Scorpion G and an SU-122-44. And I reckon they're probably on the west side of the battlefield. There's still an Arty, a GW Panther that we haven't seen. And lastly, there is that 212A, the Tier 9 enemy Arty. Now, the A44 is moving up. He might spot the ST1, but I have a sneaking suspicion that the ST1's pulled back. And if anything, he's probably next to those houses at the back of the map. Oh, rounds going in from our fellow Arties. And there's the Scorpion G. There's the GW Panther. GW Panther's got very low health. He's fired a round in at T-34. And it stuns both of them. GW Panther's made it to the houses. The SU-122-44 is now in a compromised position. He's taken out by the A-44. There's the 212. We're still a few seconds from shooting. The 212 is going for the water, I think, or he's trying to use the water. Work out where he's going. Round out. Might be a little late. Oh, or will it? No, it hit the target. Bang on target. There was no explosion, so we definitely hit the 212. So we will be picking up some points for him. Now it looks like the GW Panther was taken out. I think probably splashed to death by one of the fellow Arties. We're firing in where we think the Scorpion is. Just adjusting the position. Well, the T-34 will find them any second, and we're loading, I think, at the moment. And we picked up some stun assist off the T-34. So he must have hit the T-34. There's the Scorpion. He's backing away, trying to go for the bushes. There's the 212. Okay, 212 is what he's going to go for. First round's out. Should get a kill. And he does! Right on the money. Hits the cockpit of the 212. Wipes him out. That's our first kill of the game, actually, funnily enough. T-34 is the last one to kill. He's in the water, but he's being threatened by the other T-34. And he's trying to get a shot on him. We're indicating target, but we don't need to shoot because the T-34 has got him. Actually, no, it wasn't the T-34. It was the Jagdpanther who got him in the end. So that's the end of the battle. And it's a first-class tanker for tiltratt of Firelocks in the M12. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He actually managed to get 15 overall. But best of all, he got the Confederate. And I always like these medals, and I think a lot of you know that, because this shows that you are working extremely hard. You hit more of the enemy than anyone else on your team. And effectively, you served up these enemy as offerings to your teammates so that they could then kill them, because you stripped them of their hit points and then made them vulnerable. And you can see that tiltratt did hit quite a few of the enemy. And the win rate for that battle was 3864, so that's super Unicum level. Let's have a look at the team scores, see how well he got on. Well, he did get the highest damage on his team. It was 2,773 hit points, but he didn't pick up the high caliber, unfortunately. Only the Confederate on this one. The Type 4 Heavy picked up a steel wall for the amount of damage he blocked during that battle. He managed to get 2,661. The T-34 managed 2,239. The highest the enemy could achieve was the Scorpion G with 1,636. And you kind of expect that from a Tier 8 premium tank destroyer who's got an absolutely massive gun. You can do that with just 3 shots. From that gun, or probably 4 shots, because it does about 500 hit points per shot. So I would expect a Scorpion to have at least that amount after the end of the battle, because that means at least he hit 3 vehicles. But we know for certain that tiltratt hit a lot more than 3. He may only have got 1 kill and was beaten by the A44 for kills. And the A44 managed to get the Levisleos medal, which means obviously he was hitting higher tier mediums and tank destroyers. And of course, as we know, the Type 4 managed to get the steel wall. But when it came to base XP, it was tiltratt who was right at the top of the table with 1,082, followed by the A44 with 1,035, and followed by the T-34 with 802. The highest scoring on XP was the Lerva on the enemy team. He managed to get 338. So, detail report. Well, he fired 18 rounds during that battle. He got 9 direct hits, 9 penetration, and 7 splash. Damage of 2,773 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He actually did do 5 hit points of damage to one of his own team members during that battle, unfortunately. But he did manage to damage 7 of the enemy and kill 1. And of course, you need at least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates in order to get the Confederate, and not to be beaten by somebody else with a higher ratio. He did damage stun assistance damage of 1,142 hit points off 15 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 48,033 credits, but he was fined 75 credits because he did damage an ally. And after that deduction, it's 47,958. And after repair and ammunition resupply, in fact, actually, I think the damage to foe was actually where the tank was trying to push him up onto the rise at the start of the game. So it's not really damage as such, really. It was sort of like nudging or kissing. But anyway, he still had something fined. And after resupply of ammunition, the 155mm ammunition is 1,000 credits around at least. So he actually took away 27,745 credits, which is not bad. He also received 1 bond for the Confederate and 1,623 XP times 3 for the first victory of the day. So he took away 4,869 experience points altogether. So a pretty good round there from tiltratt, and I love the way he was actually getting shot after shot on that ST1. Poor guy in that ST1 must have thought, what the hell has he got it in for me? You know, why am I being victimized? Well, the reason you're being victimized, Mr. ST1, I'm afraid you happen to be the only tank on that side of the map, and tiltratt was getting really good shots into you. So it's nothing personal, it's purely business, and he happened to get some really good shots. And in fact, actually, if you look at here, you can see it was 5 shots he got into you, 1,346 hit points into that tier 9 heavy. So he really did go to town on him. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.